I guess the big news from this week, the congressional endorsements. I saw the campaign got, what, was it 6?
Yeah, we got 6 members of the North Carolina congressional delegation in Washington, the Republican members. We got Ted Budd's endorsement and Virginia Fox, George Holding from the Raleigh area. We got Mark Walker, Mark Meadows, and
I think Patrick McHenry.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really good.
That's great. Shows a lot of geographic reach.
Yeah, we're very happy about that. And the fact that they do it so early in the process, too, because that's part of our, as you move forward, you want to build unity in your party. We certainly don't want to be divided as a party. We want to go in united to give a united front against, the eventual Democrat opponent. And so, it felt really good.
I noticed Richardson wasn't on there. He's pretty close with Dan, right?
Very close and good friends with Dan. I've known Richard since he was in college, good guy. He actually, so Richard has a long-standing policy of not endorsing. He was very open that he supports Dan, likes Dan and all that. He actually said, I don't endorse as a blanket policy. I don't want to change my policy, but he maxed out the contribution, the $5,400 contribution, and told us to make sure to cash that check because that's public record.
Right.
Because he said that will show my support for you, but I'm still not violating my no endorsement policy. So we were very happy with that. It was very nice of him, very generous of him to do that, but it was his way of showing his support. So yeah, we're very happy with that.
Sure. Well, that shows a lot of unity up at the congressional level. I know. Yeah. I heard something else about some grassroots organizational meetings, getting those ready.
I mean, it's the time to do that, right? I mean, we did our exploratory committee. We're still in that phase, and as part of that phase, we want to organize the state, and so we've planned 15 organizational meetings around the state, starting actually this month in March and April, a little bit in May. Try to get it done before the GOP convention in June, the North Carolina GOP convention, and so we've divided the state into 15 regions, and we're coalescing all the people that have reached out to us saying, I want to help Dan Forest. How can I do that?
Right.
And so we're going to have these regional meetings, 5-6 counties at a time, and get them in the door and kind of walk them through some training, some things that we need them to do, that we would like for them to do to show their support for Dan Forest. So it's exciting.
That is really exciting. Building out the biggest grassroots team in North Carolina. Do you have any numbers that you're looking to hit?
No, I mean, not for video, not for public consumption.
I understand.
But I don't think our problem will be recruiting people to come in because the response has been pretty awesome. Our problem will be harnessing them and putting them into some concrete flow of action.
I got it.
And that's always the challenge of every campaign, more so for ours because we're very grassroots oriented, always have been since Dan started back in the 2012 race. But this time it's going to be a big force. Hopefully it's going to be a big force. And how do you take that force of people and mobilize them in concrete ways that keep them engaged, that are beneficial to the campaign without fatiguing them? Because again, we're a very labor-intensive campaign. But I'm excited. It's nuts and bolts time. I get excited about organizational meetings, but honestly, a lot of people get excited about it too because they're ready to go.
I think you've got 2 on the schedule, right? Coming up on the 19th and the 21st.
Yeah, we do for 2 different regions in this part of the state. And if people want to join, if they want it, we're not, for public consumption, not really going to put out all those details. But if you want to be a part of any of our organizational meetings, all people have to do is go to danforest.com. It will automatically route you right now to a registration process that will then trigger an email that will go to you saying, hey, would you like to come to one of these 15 organizational meetings? So just danforest.com. We'll put that on the screen here in a second. So so it's all good.
That sounds good. And I guess the final bit of news coming out, I saw a new TV series you guys are doing called Table Talk.
Yeah. So, I mean, not that we're kind of following the trend of what's going on if you study Facebook, and really kind of encouraging groups and entities to start putting out episodic, themed formatting in the digital sphere. And so, we call it a TV program. It's really not. It's a digital program, but it kind of takes the form of a mini TV show almost.
Sure.
And so we did one on we call it Table Talk. We launched it, and our first one is where Dan travels around the state. And honestly, he sits and breaks bread with a group of people and real people and tries to capture their stories, their experiences, and then share that with the general public. And this first one we did was with Vietnam veterans. We had 5 or 6 Vietnam veterans. It was awesome. I mean, I thought it was great. It was just them talking about a little bit about their war experience, but more than anything, it was about their view of America through what they came through.
Sure.
And the response, obviously, Vietnam vets didn't have a really good response when they came back.
Right.
Back in that era, a lot
Right.
of people kind of pushed back on them, and we want to show respect to them for what they did, and but also capture their views on what they see happening in America today. It's got really good response on Facebook, but that's the first of many. I mean, we'll have many more table talks. We have 2 or 3 in development right now.
That's really great.
Yeah, and there'll be some other episodic type programming coming out in the very near future too.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's exciting.
That is extremely exciting.